my black cardstock is much lighter, so it's easier to bend this. So I'm just using my pencil and give that a bit of a curve, which I think will make it easier to stick down. So I cut this just over 7 inches, so it will definitely overlap nicely here. But I'm starting with putting my circle at the bottom. So I'm just putting glue on generously, just seeing that my glue bottle oozed. Normally it doesn't do that. And I'll also just put some glue under these 2 teeth that were sticking out a little bit where they overlap, because I want these to grab properly. Don't want to stick down really. Putting a little bit of glue here as well. So, and I'm placing this down first. Right in the middle. I hope I didn't go off camera. And I will press this down on my table, and I will go in again with my bold folder and will apply some pressure all the way around. So I can see here where it overlapped. This does stick out a little bit, but it is a paper craft. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think this will look so nice. So, and then I can just put glue on this piece here all over. Trying to go to the edges, but not so much that it will ooze out. See if I can pick that glue up that came out. So, and I will stick this, starting at the seam at the back, I will stick this down, but I try to overlap it a little bit so that the red at the bottom doesn't show. Basically having it flush. It's up to you where you want this to overlap. I could come in with a a black pen afterwards if I want to cover the red, but I'm okay with that. I might do in the end with a black marker, but one that doesn't bleed. So again, I've got this tight now. Again, I can place this on my desk, roll this, and go in with my bone folder. So I think that looks nice as a pillar at the bottom. If you need any more glue in spaces, there's a little trick. You just put glue on the edge of a piece of cardstock, and then you can use that to slide it underneath the areas where you think you need some glue. I can take that off. Again, I shall be pressing that seam down because we've got a double seam there, so the black cardstock needs to go over the edge here. I think it wants to pop open a little bit, but again, I think this is nice. So all I need to do now is start and decorate it. So I will create a little bit that looks like a flap. I can even use the cut-offs of that. I have a little look if I've got a rectangle die that allows me to create a little, maybe like a golden frame for the rectangle, and I want to have a little board where you normally would find the times when it will be emptied, but I thought that would be nice to actually put the recipient's name on it. Also, I need to keep in mind that this will sit a little bit lower, so I need to put the the opening, the gap, a little bit lower than the lid sits. I couldn't find any small nesting dies to use, but I found this small die. So what I've done is I've cut it out of the gold cardstock, and I now can use my scissors to basically cut the frame myself, not even using a trimmer for that. Maybe make it a bit slimmer. So just eyeballing that. I think I'm okay with that. So, and I can now place this on the black cardstock and just cut around that, and then I've got the letterbox here. Could maybe have a longer piece, would have been nice, but I just came across this in my stash. I thought maybe even use the I from an alphabet if you want something longer, but I think this is okay. This piece has dried now, and I'm just bending it a little bit. I could use my pencil again for that, just to make it a little bit more pliable. This is why it's better not to have heavyweight cardstock for something like this. I will actually use my pencil again there. So, and then I can then stick this down here. So I decided against this sign here where you've got the opening times, because I decided to put something else on top. I had a look in my stash. I was looking for some ephemera that I bought recently, but because I've been shoving stuff around on my desk, I cannot find it. I might be able to find this later off camera, but I don't want to waste any more time. But I want to show you a few things. My idea was maybe even use some stickers. I've got these taller stickers, but they're obviously very playful. But the colours would go nicely with this theme. But I've also got, I found this little fella here, something that just makes it a little bit more Christmassy. But I also found this sticker book. This is from the Works. I must have bought this last year. And it's got sloth on it, other little animals like foxes, there's bears. So I thought this would be nice as well. The sausage dog would look lovely at the bottom here. So I think I will just use some of these stickers to embellish the post box a little bit more. Maybe put a sticker here on the top as well. So before I do that, or I will do this off camera again, but I want to show you how you can attach your twine. I have cut my twine to 12 inches. This looks very long, but I don't want the lid to slide off this when the recipient opens the box. So I have cut two pieces of, just two circles here. You don't have to do that. You can just use some scraps of cardstock, but I thought it looks nicer on the inside. And I have put some red tape on one of these, just to hold the ends in place, and I'm placing them in the middle, and then I'm going to use wet glue very generously on this to basically wedge the twine in between these two circle die cuts. These were just some cut off pieces, but I really want to give this some pressure because I don't want anything to slip out, and I will actually use my peg to keep this in place and to keep the glue down whilst this is drying. And then I will attach this on the inside here towards the back, just realizing I put this here. This was supposed to go right across this here. I didn't manage that, did I? Can you see how the seam is here and this sits here, but doesn't matter. So I will then glue this on the top here, and then I will feed the other end through the hole in the lid. I left this to dry for a moment, so make sure it's properly dry. And I fed this through the hole, poking it through with a pokey tool here, the twine. So I can now pull the thread, feed this over here, and then this can hang up like this, and it will even be able to hold the weight of the hand cream. So I've added a few stickers on the top, and I've already added a sticker here at the front, but I just wanted to show you this. When I try to peel the sticker off here, the legs all want to tear. So I actually cut this out, and I peeled the outer bit away first, and now I can easily take this off without the sticker getting caught in the outside piece. Yeah, that's just another little tip from me. I hope these will hold and not peel off. So I'm just putting him, just thinking whether I want him. I'll put him right in the front. I think it's actually quite nice that he wraps around a little bit. So just make sure you've pressed it all down. I try to be mindful not to go over this edge with the stickers, but I think this looks really nice. I might decorate it a little bit more on the front and the back, but yeah, I think this is really cute. And the idea is then when the recipient opens it, they can just take it off like that. It doesn't have to go all the way. I might actually, just thinking about it, put a little knot here at the top so that the lid can't fall off. Yeah, I think that's better. So it can actually hang like this, and then my hand cream will fit in here really nicely, and there's still space for lots of sweets. Yeah, I hope you like this idea. Sorry if there were a few hiccups when I was trying to figure this out, but I think it's a cute idea. You can embellish it even further. I thought maybe putting another ring round here, so just to get some variation, but I think it's a cute treat box. And obviously you can change the color scheme and make it look something completely different. I even thought at the beginning you can have some, is it called crepe paper, you know, make it look like a cracker and just make a bigger hole and have bits of this crepe paper sticking out, or even some twine at the top and the bottom, make it look like a like a sweet or so. I don't know, I think there are lots of ideas for this, and I will be making some more. For me, this is an easy craft that I can actually prepare behind the bar when I'm at a not so busy shift. Yeah, I hope you like this idea. If you do, please comment and give me a thumbs up, and I see you soon with another video. I'm just popping in again to show you my final version of my post boxes. And give you another tip as well. So as you can see, I took the stickers off. I did not actually like the white background of the stickers, so I just used my heat tool on the low setting. I just warmed up the stickers, and then they were really easy to peel off. So, and I had a thought what I could put on here instead. I had a play with my poinsettia dies. I thought that might be a nice look as well. I cut this from some mirror cardstock. I thought about doing some fake snow along the edge. I think that would look nice as well. But I had already taken out of my drawer these songbird stickers from Lavinia Stamps, and I happen to have exactly 5 robins as I need, although this is rather big. And because they have got a transparent background, I thought they blended in so much more nicely. So I set this one here. It did have a log at the bottom, or a branch here like this one. So I just cut around that, just cut the claws off a little bit, but I think I got away with it. This one's really big, so I hope it'll fit there. If not, I'll have to choose another bird to go on the 5th post box. But yeah, I really like the look. And on the top, I found, again on my desk, I've been using these a little bit, these stamp stickers. These are from the Works. They were just £2 for a roll. I bought these quite a few weeks ago because somebody showed them on the Mixed Up Crafters Facebook page. And I just put a few stickers here on the top. I thought this worked really nicely with the theme of a post box. So I thought I'd rather keep it. Oh no, one more thing I did. And it was only when I was showing this to some guests when I was doing the other ones behind the bar, and somebody said, well, actually the post box has got a thicker rim on the top, it stands out. Obviously I didn't want to do that, I didn't want to faff around, but I decided to put another strip of cardstock. This is just under 1/2 inch wide, just around it, just to make it look a little bit more dimensional. I don't know how well the camera picks it up. I think it looks nicer, and it makes the lid a little bit sturdier. So on the inside, I've got some Haribo Sweeties and my hand cream, and there's also a little teddy bear chocolate in there. Just a small one, not the ones from the famous brand that starts with L. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this now. I thought I'd rather keep it sort of clean and simple than doing too much to it. But I want to show you this. This one was the tight lid. I showed you that. It still goes on, but you had to work it a little bit. But with some of my tubes, I ended up with a lid that looks like this. I deliberately put this first lid on there just to keep it in place, but I've got these bits sticking out, so obviously that's not a very neat look. So what I'm going to do with these is, I've got 2 of those because the fit is a little bit looser. I'm going to take my original die and I'm going to trace on the outside and then cut this out with scissors, and that should give me, because I tested this here, yeah, that should give me a piece that will just fit on that. I might have to cut it a wee bit smaller, or you could trace on the inside and cut it a little bit bigger, but at least you've got a bit of a template to go with that. So, or what you could do obviously is trace around this, but I know this is not even properly round, but you've got a few options there just to get a neater look. And I'm hoping that when I put in, oops, my phone stopped recording there because I thought I had taken footage of it, but I hadn't yet. So never mind, I just want to finish showing you this. I have cut the circle, as I said, with this as a template, cut it down just a wee bit more, and I will just glue it on here, and then actually I can turn it around. I can put the hole in from that side, so I know it will actually match. So yeah, I hope this gave you a few more useful tips for this. And yeah, let me know if you make your post boxes too, and if you do, you can share them on my Facebook group, Cross Keys Crafts Creations, or on Instagram, and you can tag me. That would be really lovely, and I'll see you again soon.